Was my introduction okay on my thing?
Yeah, it sucked.
Did it? Fuck you. I thought I did good. Whoa.
Oh, you want to hear a funny one?
Not really.
What's going on, everybody? This is Von Gein. I'm the vet. This is the Von Gein and the Vet Show.
What's
Rocking
up?
it out. We got some things to talk about today. First thing I would like to say is I love you all. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow. All right, this is going to do nothing but get better.
Yes.
Von Gein, what do you got?
Alright, well first off, I want to share some crazy finds. I collect a lot of stuff, video games, movies, toys, and I have had some cool finds. So, let's go here. So, I guess we'll start off with this one here first. Castlevania Bloodlines. Me and my wife were at a pawn shop, and there was like this middle thing, and they had really expensive video game stuff. I kind of wasn't thinking that I was going to find much because I'm like, okay, these guys know what they got. And then I go over and dig through a box, and there's this game. And if you can see the price tag there, $6.99 is what I paid for this. I almost had a panic attack because I knew how much of a game, how rare of a game, and how much I wanted this. This was one of the last Castlevania games I needed. So I bought it. And then we go outside, and I see Alpha Omega getting out of his car. We're from like the Pittsburgh area, so he's a local guy. Going into the store with a group. And my first thought was, I think this might have been a plant. I'm not sure. So I might have stole this. For some weird chance Alpha Omega ever sees this, I'm sorry. But I'm not. I love this game. And yeah, I got the first 5 Castlevanias. And I love all 5 of them. They're great games. This one's awesome. Awesome game. Another one, went to St. Vincent's. It's a local church thrift shop. There's one going towards Monroeville there in what's called Golden Mile Highway. And I was with my buddy, and we walked in, and they had a bunch of box Sega games for $4. And I found Booger Man, complete in box. And this isn't quite as expensive as Bloodlines, but it is still rare. It goes for like 40, maybe 50 bucks, I think, right up now. But to find any complete in box Sega game for $5, $4, whatever I paid, definitely worth it. And this is a game I wanted to add in my collection. You fart and throw boogers at your enemies, and use toilets to warp zone. It's a horribly disgusting game. Totally 90s. Fits like Beavis and Butthead's game. So this was an awesome find also. And my best find is probably from a Goodwill store. Always check the CD section at a Goodwill store. They're idiots. They will put games in there. I've got Dracula on PC there for $1.99. And for $1.99, I found Castlevania Chronicles. At the time this game was going for like 90 bucks. I think it's up to like 120 now. It's basically a remake of the original Castlevania game from Nintendo, put on the PlayStation, upgraded graphics. The load time sucks if you die, but other than that, this is an amazing game to find and to play. This is an awesome game for any Castlevania fan. They'll love it. But to find it for $2 was amazing. Definitely a cool find. And my other one is a little bit different. There's a local store called CD Warehouse. There's one in Greensburg, but there used to be one also in Monroeville. So when I go in there, I always look for, bands I like and just see what I can find. And I found Chris Cat, which is a Peter Criss solo album after he left Kiss. And doesn't look very special. Paid $8 for it, normal price. But then I get out to the car. And, being an old head, we always check the booklets first to see what kind of pictures are in there and stuff. And so I flip over the first page, and there's 3 autographs. Everyone but Peter Criss signed this booklet that was in the band. That was amazing. And then into my lap falls a ticket stub. And upon closer inspection, it is signed by a band member and Peter Criss himself. I would say this is worth probably $100, if not more. But to me, as a Kiss fan, long life Kiss fan, this is an awesome find for $8. Man, I was ecstatic. I almost went back in and bought like every Kiss and Ace Frehley CD they had just to see if anything else was autographed. Thought maybe some dude dropped off his collection. I did go back in, checked it. Sadly, none of the other CDs were autographed, but that was another one of my finds. So, yeah, there's just a couple crazy finds I found hunting. Always hunt. You never know what you're going to find out there.
So, I was thinking back when we were kids, Barry. We'd always sit up in your front porch and
Yeah.
on this front porch, and we'd have a radio there, and we would sit there and play with Rustlers. Okay,
You had to have the theme music.
what was our theme music back then? Doing that?
Like ours?
Yes.
What I used? Actually, I believe it was WWF, the album, Volume 4.
Yes,
It had-
I totally remember that. But then there was another band that we listened to too.
There was a lot of bands. We listened to Manson, Green
Yes.
Jelly.
Manson, Green Jelly, and then one more.
Metallica?
No. They're
Man.
kind of like a rap.
ICP?
Yes.
Yeah, we always listen to ICP.
Yeah, like that's what. And the crazy thing, my first time hearing ICP was
Whoop whoop.
my first time hearing. Sadly, I don't have a tattoo or anything like that. I only got tattoos from when I was in the Army. My very first time listening to ICP, I was actually at my dad's house, and I was hanging out with some friends, and one buddy had a Bronco, and he's like, "Wow, check this out. Listen to this." And this was early '90s, I believe. So I was like only 13, I believe, and it's just bumping. It was the Great Milenko album, and I loved it. That was my most favorite album.
So the funny thing is, my story is around the same age. So it would have been, actually might have been about the same time, but it's a lot worse. So I was in a church group when I was a kid. We had to go to catechism. You went through a bunch of crap, took your first communion, and that's how you joined the church. So we were in Erie, in the projects. It was a bad church. I don't remember what we were doing there. But we did a sleepover at this church. And the guys were on the stage. The girls, I think, were on the floor, kind of separate us type thing. And there's a kid beside me. And his name was Rob Bortz, I believe. I hear pigs squealing. So me being me, I'm like, what the hell are you listening to? He's like, oh, dude, it's this awesome band, ICP. And so Piggy Pie was the first song I heard in a church, which I think is a great story. So yeah, we listened to Great Milenko for a little bit, and then we went to sleep, and I could never get that sound out of my head. I couldn't. The Piggy Pie song is just great. So it's kind of weird that we both. Milenko was our first album. It was the same time frame. To be honest, that was about when they blew up. I mean, no one. We're from like Hickville, and no one really knew them until Great Milenko came out, and it kind of it blew up.
Yeah, it spread really fast.
Yeah, I mean, that was when they signed with Disney, and Disney cut them, and I mean that was just stupid on Disney's part, but yeah. In a church, praise Jesus.
I have nothing against people that.
Oh no, neither do I. I just think it's funny, there I am listening to like this murder rap, and years later they come out and say they were actually really Christian-y, and all their stuff was about God, and I look back, I'm like, wow, I actually learned about them in church. So it's kind of a weird thing.
It's pretty weird, yeah.
So speaking of ICP, I did want to bring up probably a sore subject among Juggalos, but not quite. They're movies. So I think we should talk about each movie and what our thoughts are on them. Have you seen all three? You got Big Money Hustlers was the first one. You had Death Racers.
I never saw Death Racers.
You're missing something. I'll have to let you borrow that one. It actually is a pretty good. We'll talk about it here. And then Big Money Rustlers was their last one. Okay. So first up, Big Money Hustlers. First thoughts? I know we watched it a lot back in the day.
Well, we watched it over at a friend's house. I remember that. And I think it was very good. And the reason why I say it was very good, there was a storyline, there was comedy, there was drama. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. especially for being back in that era. Um, but if you're not if you're an uptight person, definitely not for you. Definitely not for you. Your feelings are gonna get hurt one way or another. But yeah,
Yeah, definitely. In the woke generation, I don't think Big Money Hustlers would ever get made.
no.
And yeah, I loved it. I mean, as an ICP fan, Twisted was in it, Blaze was in it, Jump Steady was in it.
Yeah.
A lot of them guys, and they even had some deeper cuts than that. But I thought it was funny. Cactus Jack shows up, Misfits, which as a metalhead, I love the Misfits. So when I saw them, I'm like, this is great. I think that was around the time WCW when they were doing the Vampiro stuff, and he was
Yes.
with Misfits and ICP kind of at different times. So I think that fit in well there. The jokes are horrible.
Yes. Still funny.
The storyline is ridiculous. But the second movie was Death Racers.
I never saw it.
He never saw it, but so Death Race was a big series, what, in like the 70s, I think. Death Race 2099 came out, and then they remade it. So ICP thought we could do that, and they did. It's about I don't remember what they are. I think gangs, but there's like a couple gangs, and they are racing for money and killing each other. And the ICP's vehicle is absurd. I think it's an ice cream truck that has like a grinder in the front that they grind people, and like it's just ridiculous. Like it's definitely fun. It's funny, but it's not as slapstick funny as Big Money Hustlers. It's more violent, and it's definitely a good action movie. I wouldn't probably recommend it unless you are an ICP fan, but if you like gory stuff, if you like stupid movies, give it a shot. It's not bad. Yeah. And then the third movie, Big Money Rustlers.
I loved it.
Really?
I loved Big Money Rustlers.
I'm a fan, but not. I didn't like it as much as Hustlers. I
Definitely not.
I did enjoy Vanilla Ice, Bridget the Midget. Scott Hall upsets me every time I see him. It was during his bad times. Who else is in it? Ron Jeremy, I think, is in it.
Yes.
It's basically Big Money Hustlers in the Old West. Sugar Bear becomes Sugar Wolf.
Yeah, Sugar Wolf.
I can't remember what Little Poot and Big Stank turned into, but it's ridiculous. Jimmy Hart's in it. Like, there are so many cameos in this movie. If you're an ICP fan, watch it. If you're a wrestling fan, watch it, because I don't remember what other wrestlers, but I think there's like 3 or 4 wrestlers that cameo in this thing. It's dumb and funny, and yeah, I mean it's all right. It's not my favorite. I would say my favorite's probably Big Money Hustlers. It's the original. What's your favorite?
Big Money Hustlers.
Oh yeah, it's the original. It's the OG, man.
I mean that was my favorite, just for the fact that there was a solid storyline. I mean, Big Money Rustlers, it was a little bit over the place.
It was the same storyline to a point.
Yeah, and it was kind of copied, kind of.
Kind of. I can't remember her name. There was a big name actress in it that played Sugar Wolf, aka Shaggy's mom. Seeing her in Shaggy's makeup was kind of funny. I gotta admit, I did kind of like seeing the old lady playing his mom. Yeah, that was a good one. So, I guess the next topic I got is, I know you used to play more video games than I, but what is your favorite game or game series?
Favorite game of all time? I mean, you're probably going to agree with me on this one. Favorite game of all time, alright, was GoldenEye. That was the top of the line game back then for the Nintendo 64. That was your... I mean, there was other first-player shooters like Doom and others like that,
but not like GoldenEye. Fun fact: they just re-released it on Nintendo Switch and Xbox. And I've played both, and I will say Xbox, I like the controllers a little bit better. Probably just need to play with the Switch a little bit, but yeah, you can play the original GoldenEye right now, multiplayer online, which is a dream come true. Yeah, I would say GoldenEye. I don't know if GoldenEye is my favorite. It's probably my favorite multiplayer game of all time. My favorite game series and game probably go hand in hand. It's Metroid. I've got a poster over there. I've got a whole shelf of Metroid crap. I ended up playing Super Metroid so much and loving it. It's my favorite game. I started buying bootlegs of it so I could try different versions of the game, like Justin Bailey. I think there's an Ice one redesign. The Metroid community is strong in the hacked ROMs. But I would say that 64 is the best system for multiplayer, and GoldenEye is by far the best multiplayer game. Close second, Perfect Dark.
Now, for the PlayStation, my most favorite game would be NHL. 100%, hands down, NHL 14.
Sports game, I would have
the best.
Sports game, I would have to go with Madden's. I've been playing Madden 23, and it is perfect. Like, it's perfect. I mean, they've revamped Madden on the next gen systems so well that, oh my god, the momentum meter can be horribly frustrating at times, but it works so well when it's on your side. And they do freeform throwing this year, and you can drop dimes. I've got Aaron Rodgers on this new franchise I did, and my God, can he just drop a dime on my wide receivers? It's amazing. NHL, though, I used to play a lot.
Another good game that was a good series was God of War.
Yeah.
I never played the newest one with his son and stuff like that. I never got a chance to play it, but I played all the other ones. Those were good.
Ascension was a misstep.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I haven't played the newest one, Ragnarok, but the Viking God of War is way better than any other God of War's ever been.
We need to make a movie of God of War. I want to see Kratos.
I don't know who you'd get to play Kratos, though. I don't know. You'd have to get someone that has a voice like his. The original actor was, he was from, what the hell was that show called? Living Color? It was a weird show back in the 90s with Queen Latifah and them. So you'd have to get someone with a good, dark, deep voice like him. I don't know who you could get. Maybe Elbrus Ibra?
Batista.
No, Batista. He's got a little girly voice.
The Rock.
No. Listen, stop putting The Rock in shit. I like The Rock, but he's just The Rock. If anyone noticed when he acts, it's the same style almost every time. Like, just stop it. Stop putting him in everything. I mean, I do love Jumanji, and Jungle Cruise was okay, but...
Jungle Cruise was awesome.
They're the same character in both movies.
Still awesome.
Stop putting him in movies.
I loved it.
Put John Cena in more stuff.
Keep on putting him in it.
Nah.
Maybe John Cena would be a good...
No, John Cena would not be a good Kratos. No. Oh, God, no. I don't know. I think Elbrus Ibris, or whatever his name is. I think he would be probably the best one I could see. He has a nice, dark, deep voice. He'd probably have to get a little bit more shape. I'm not sure if he's jacked up as Kratos is, but he's tall and he kicks ass in Thor, man. He's,
that's true.
Heimdall, the gatekeeper. I think he'd probably be my vote.
Or,
I don't know if he'd like shaving his head. Just not The Rock. Not The Rock. I don't need Kratos giving me the eyebrow before he rips off someone's wings. I just don't want to see that. No.
Stop. Smell it.
Yeah. You smell what Kratos is cooking? No, don't do it.
I'm gonna get me some wing pie.
No. God. Do not put The Rock in that movie. You will ruin it. Please, for God's sakes, please don't. Thank you, Hollywood. Stop making him everything. You ruined it for me. Now I'm worried they're gonna put The Rock in Kratos. I wouldn't mind Jason Momoa, but his voice doesn't fit Kratos.
No,
but
not at all.
Watching Conan, I was like, he would make a badass Kratos. Maybe like a before Kratos, he could be the guy whooping everyone's ass for Ares, and then bringing like Elvis or something like that to be him with the makeup on and kicking ass or something. I don't know.
You said who? Joe
Magnola?
Yeah.
No, Joe Magnola. Although
Joe
I will admit,
Magnola.
his wife's hot as hell. the whole reason you should watch Modern Family is her. And what was that stupid movie? She was in a stupid movie with Reese Witherspoon. That was really good. Reese Witherspoon was a cop, and she was transporting her. She was a witness.
Oh.
I can't remember the name of it, but it was pretty good. Sophie, I don't remember her last name. Vergara or something like that. Yeah, she's with Joe Magnolia. Now, speaking of Joe Magnolia, he is a god to nerds.
Yes.
He has one of the coolest D&D setups. I would love to play in that room.
Joe, contact us, okay? Send us a message so we can come over and we can play D&D.
I hate to tell you this, Joe ain't got time to watch our shit.
Joe, you got time.
I did see him at the 2017 Steelers versus Jaguars playoff game. He came out at halftime to promote some movie he was doing. And I was in section 200, so I was pretty high up. But I did snap a couple pictures. And my wife and every other girl I knew was very jealous that I got to see him in person, kind of, and they didn't.
Speaking of a Steeler game moment, check out this picture. Yes, that's me. The whole way on the left side, all right, rocking out when Juju Smith-Schuster jumped up into the stands. Fucking love it.
I met a Steeler too. I met Heath Miller, who smokes supposedly because people were making a big fit out of it, and he's smoking. I'm like, who cares? But met him at a the hell was that store? T-Mobile or something? It was something stupid in the Butler Mall, which is a dead mall now. And we stood in line and got his autograph. I have a rookie card I bought at the comic book store somewhere, autographed by him, and he was a really cool guy. He was definitely a cool guy. I'm not so big of a Steeler fan, but Kenny Pickett's great. Go Pitt. Oh, I'm sorry. Hell to Pitt.
I'm a Steelers fan. Die hard.
Duval. Duval all day. Duval. We got T-Law. We're getting Calvin Ridley this year, which I can't wait. Oh my God, Calvin Ridley's going to tear up the field with us. Christian Kirk's amazing. Ingram we just signed, which I'm excited. I'm hoping to get his jersey this year. We are the only team in history to beat the Steelers twice in Heinz Field, and we've done it twice. So don't count us out of the playoffs, especially if the Steelers are in there. We're going to kick their ass in Heinz Field.
If you don't know who he's talking about, he's talking about the stupid freaking Jaguars. All right?
Now everyone knows who Duval is.
I can't stand them.
T-Law has changed the generation. We're on the map. People care, and God, the bandwagon fans we're getting now is ridiculous. And I don't like that, but, you know, butts in seats helps the stadium, helps the team, and, you know, Doug P., you're a god. You'll go down as a god. You're going to be like Blake Bortles. And I know that's like diverse between Jaguar fans, but Blake Bortles did it great. He got us there. He got us to a championship game. We should have won. Miles Jack was not down. Tom Brady can eat it. And as a Steeler fan, I know you agree with that one.
Actually, I'm like one of the few Steeler fans that actually like Tom Brady.
Oh, God.
All right, like, I liked watching him play, except when, you know, he played the Steelers. I
didn't mind watching him play. I didn't like watching the refs play for him.
Yeah.
The tuck rule came because of him. Like, come on. You know, the best thing he ever did was Ted 2. I did not know his penis glue until I watched Ted 2, and then now I do.
Yes. And by the way, when something like that happens, it's called STD. So, keep you guys safe. Keep yourself safe out there.
Wrap it before you slap it.
Yes. And don't be licking it before you stick it.
Yeah.
Alright? Check it before you wreck it.
This has gone way off topic. It's horrible now.
Check it before you wreck it.
It's awful. Wrap it before you slap it. I'm going to make a shirt that says that.
I'm going to make a shirt that says check it before you wreck it.
So, I do have a little surprise.
What's it?
One of my favorite things. They're hard to find sometimes, but Five Below has them. Jelly Bellies, draft beer, jelly beans. Yeah, no, I see your face. they're good. I don't know. I'm obsessed with them. Not a big jelly bean fan, but I'm not a big beer fan either. But I do love these. So if you ever buy these for someone, the cool thing is when you open the can, there's little bags. So you get, I don't know, like 6, 7 of these little bags. Actually, I think there's 5. So if you don't like them, you're not wasting all your jelly beans. We're gonna try them.
Stop. Make sure you subscribe and follow. All right, go.
So we're gonna try them. I already know what they taste like. So he's gonna try one here. See if he likes it. You're not gonna need to spit it out. Oh. I'm an old man. He's putting his dentures in.
Say, Sonny.
So, but I love these things. They have a weird sweet beer taste. I don't know.
It hurt my teeth.
Chew them with the front ones. I went to Red Robin one time, and they had beer milkshakes. Now I like weird shit, so I had to try one. I had a Guinness beer milkshake made with Irish whiskey and Guinness beer. It was good. It was uniquely good. It tasted like this kind of.
That's not bad. It kind of tastes like root beer, kind of.
The beer flavor is a little subtle. Yeah. So, you know, if you want to get them, try them. They're very unique.
The first coating of them an hour later was really sweet, but like now,
you can taste like the Budweiser almost or something. Yeah.
Like you could taste the draft. So I mean, it's good.
So kids, tell your parents that you're gonna have beer tonight, and go get some Jelly Belly beer draft. They're draft flavored, and they come in a little cute beer can. So you can also get them in a little tiny beer bottle if you can find them that has like, I don't know, maybe 15 of these jelly beans in them. Yeah. Yeah. So maybe we'll get some more weird stuff. I believe they had Kraft macaroni and cheese gummies that did not say they were fruit flavored. So I have a feeling they're mac and cheese flavored, and we'll get some weird stuff and we'll try them on here. Five Below. They have all the weirdest candy you can find.
By the way, I wear Invisalign. I recommend everybody get Invisalign. It's worth it. It straightens out your teeth. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, kids, brush your teeth. Because when you get old, it sucks.
Yeah, brush your teeth, kids. Alright, this is just straighten my teeth out, but I brush my teeth all the time.
Alright. So we did talk about ICP. So I figure maybe we can talk about some other music we like. I'm really weird about my music. I like metal, but there are like 20 subgenres of metal. And so I kind of do have some subgenres here. But I have some genres written down. So first up, since we're talking about rap, who's your favorite rap artist?
Me?
Yeah. Modern rap artist.
Modern rap artist.
Well, the only reason is because I do have 90s rap on here.
Tom MacDonald.
Okay.
Right now, Tom MacDonald, straight up. I like him. Yeah, he's one of my favorite rap artists.
I love Tom MacDonald. He tells the truth. He's very straightforward and does not care who he offends.
Oh, hell no.
My favorite has to be the filthiest rapper in the world. That's G-Moski. I am obsessed with listening to him. The dude plays Harry Potter Legacy. He just started fishing with his kid, his little daughter, and his next album's coming out, Huckleberry Filth, because he loves fishing so much. Dude raps about Metroid, Pac-Man, all kinds of nerd stuff. I love him. Hell, his one whole album is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but done with Charlie and the Filthy Factory. Love him. I'm trying to think what the name of the song is. I can't remember the name of the song, but he has a song that he shot the whole music video in Animal Crossing, New Horizon on the Switch. And I was like, this is awesome. Like, who else is going to take Animal Crossings, make your own character, and then sit there and make a music video in the damn game? Like, it was awesome. So, I love him. Okay, so I do have a lot of subgenres of metal and different types of metal, but metal band. And when I say metal, I mean something that, like, your parents wouldn't listen to. Like, not Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie's more like heavy metal, I would say.
Yeah.
Metal, straight up metal.
Straight up metal?
Straight up metal. Like, what would be, you would consider one of your favorite metal bands? So I guess, well, however you perceive it. I do have heavy metal on here, though. This would be what you're...
Static X. 100%.
All right, yeah.
Push It. I love that
I do
song.
love that. I miss Wayne. Wayne Static was a great lead singer. The new Mystery, we'll say Mystery lead singer. Pretty sure most people who follow Static X knows who he is, but they're touring, and they're touring with Dope, Wink Wink. It's been rumored that Etzel Dope is actually Wayne Static's mummy, or whatever the hell they're calling him. Yeah, they are great. I do listen to a lot of Static X. My favorite metal band would be Typo Negative.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
Peter Steele's, I'm obsessed with him. I miss him every day. I listen to them. I miss him. I wish they had new music, but man, great goth metal. Loved it. Favorite rock band?
Favorite rock band?
Yeah, 70s, 80s. 70s, 80s rock. You know,
Poison.
like
Come on now.
Poison. Mine's Kiss. My dad grew up with Kiss. I grew up with him, with Kiss, Ozzy, all them guys. But Kiss, I really...
No.
I think it was the theatrics.
Ozzy was good. Ozzy was the king of rock back then.
All right, so controversial subject. Ozzy and Sabbath or Ozzy by himself?
Ozzy and Sabbath.
See, I'm the other guy. I like Ozzy by himself. Randy Rhoads, I think. Zakk Wylde, I think the music was better. I'm not saying Sabbath was bad. I just think No More Tears and Blizzard of Oz were better.
The reason why I say Black Sabbath, because Black Sabbath is what made Ozzy. Because that was part of him growing up. And that was a big part of when he really stood out.
Well, in that era, doom metal wasn't a thing, and they really were political in their voice, anti-war. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. I mean, I still rock out. Into the Void, Iron Man, all that shit's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Paranoid.
Typo Negative does a version of Paranoid that is like 1/4 the speed and is amazing. Alright, country. Now when I say country, I'm thinking country nowadays.
Country nowadays?
Yeah, because like country from like the 80s and 90s up. Because I have a subgenre here of outlaw country, which would be the old school stuff. So this would be the new school stuff from the 80s and 90s up.
Toby Keith, 100%. Favorite song by Toby Keith? The Taliban song. And I'm going to tell you this. The reason why is I was in Iraq and Toby Keith came and performed for us. And he played that song. And it was great. It was right in the middle of Iraq and we were just blasting it. It felt so good.
I do like Toby Keith. My dad doesn't listen to a lot of country, but Garth Brooks, Toby Keith, Who's That Man? One of his first hits. We've always listened to them. But I gotta go with Trace Atkins. My wife would say Blake Shelton. I'm a Trace guy. His vocals, his look, long hair, the cowboy hats. I watch his Western movies. I don't have a country tattoo, and I've actually thought about getting a Trace Atkins tattoo. I absolutely love his music. Favorite song would probably be Every Light in the House Is On. It's a really sad song about his wife leaving him, or girlfriend, whatever. And he leaves every light on the house on, so when she comes back, she knows he's there. But yeah, it's just a great singer. And when he's with Blake, my God, they make magic. If I Was a Woman, Hillbilly Bone, like all that stuff. They're great songs, man. Yeah. All right, so on the next, heavy metal. Now, when I say heavy metal, this is stuff that probably plays on the radio. And in my eyes, like my dad would listen to heavy metal. Like he listens to Kiss and Ozzy, so this is a band that's not too far off. Like Pantera, Rob Zombie, Power Man. Bands that, you know, like your parents are like, oh, that's not bad. I know a big one, it's not my favorite, I hate the band to be honest, but my dad loves them, is Five Finger Death Punch. So something like that, heavy metal.
Five Finger Death Punch.
Five Finger Death Punch does a rendition of Bad Company. My dad likes Disturbed because they do Sound of Silence. Copyright disclaimer. So, before we answer, Five Finger Death Punch is the Nickelback of heavy metal bands. Okay, I'm just gonna say it.
I like Five Finger Death Punch.
I figured you would.
Devil Inside is like the best song that they make.
Not saying their music's terrible,
No, it's not at all.
But I hate that you go there and every person is like, they're good. It's like, this is Nickelback all over again. They want to be heavy, but they're not heavy. They're just not. It's not like Slayer where like you say, I like Slayer, and someone's like, oh my god. It's like, oh, I like Five Finger Death Punch, and like your grandma's gonna be like, yeah, me too. They're not bad. Like, but they're not bad.
What's wrong with grandma's listening to Five Finger Death Punch? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I mean, they're not. They're okay at the bar. I'm never gonna buy anything they have.
You won't see me at a bar. I don't drink.
I don't drink too much anymore, but my dad owns a bar, and I play a lot of billiards. Or pool. I'm sorry. I say billiards because when you Google search pool, you get swimming pools. You have to search billiards or else, damn British people. My favorite heavy metal band is Lordi. If you took Pantera, Gwar, and Kiss and threw them into a blender, you would have Lordi. They are obsessed with monster movies, and that's about it. Their new album's coming out, Screenwriters Guild. I can't wait. My new favorite member is Hella. She joined a couple years ago. I love her. They always have a keyboardist, which is weird for a heavy metal band, but it works. Check out Hard Rock Hallelujah. That's their big hit that really put them on the map. They won some award, the Eurovision Award. It gotten so big that they actually just made a Will Ferrell movie about that or something, Eurovision. But yeah, they won the Eurovision Award. Ozzy invited them on to Ozfest. What was that, like 2007, I think? 2008. And yeah, they kind of blew up over that, and then they kind of died down. And they have a horror movie called Dark Floors, which is actually not bad. It's kind of cool seeing them as monsters being in a horror movie. So yeah, Lordi would be my pick. We're going to save this one for last because it's a curious genre that we shouldn't listen to. Next, Outlaw Country. Now, when I say Outlaw Country, obviously I'm talking about the golden years. The journeymen, highwaymen, I guess, era, those boys. So who's your favorite Outlaw Country?
It's probably going to be Hank Williams, Sr.
I have to agree. I love Johnny. I love David Allan Cole. Christopher Crawfordson.
Yep.
Willie. But Hank, he had a twang to his voice.
Yes.
And he wasn't the nicest person in the world, but none of them boys were really. Yeah, what was that name of that movie? I Saw the Light. I Saw the Light with Tom Hiddleston, I think. Loki is in it, and it's really good. But yeah, Hank, oh my god. Hey, good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I jam out to Hank all the time. Wow, I thought we would disagree on that one. So, what's your favorite 90s rap band? And, like the old Yo MTV rap days.
NWA straight up, man. NWA straight up. I mean, come on now. It doesn't get any better than that. I mean, NWA, they came out and...
They came out angry, to be honest.
Well,
they were angry.
They did what needed to be done. Because back in them days, all right...
Yeah, LA was like battle scene. Have you seen the movie?
Yes. Top notch.
Paul Giamatti as their manager blew me away, and I like NWA. Eazy-E, Rolling Through the Street, My 6'4". Great song, but I gotta say Vanilla Ice. He's with ICP. He does shit with them. But Born on Halloween is great. Natural Born Killers. I mean, he was in the Ninja Turtles movie.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Ice Ice Baby, I loved it. I loved the hairstyle. I loved the stupid eyebrows. I loved it all. And then when I saw him in the Ninja Turtles, I'm like, yeah, that's my guy. My dad hated it, but I'm still Vanilla Ice.
NWA, straight up.
That wasn't in... I was young then. You gotta think, in the 90s, I was like... 7, 8. So I wasn't into gangster rap.
Whoa. Back then, Shaq. Hey, Shaq, where are you at? I'm over here.
I will say...
That was the most horrible rap you have ever listened to, but it was cool, though.
I own some of the albums. I will say it was awful, but I will say, I Know I Got Skills will bump in any system you have.
Yeah.
You can throw that into a 1970 Chevy truck, and you will blow the speakers out. Listen to I Know I Got Skills by Shaq.
Yeah.
Still an awful rap song, but I do listen to that, sadly. All right. So next, what is your favorite rock and roll band? And when I say rock and roll, I'm talking the 60s and earlier, like Stones, Beatles, Elvis, the old glory days of rock and roll, 50s to like early, like beginning of 70s.
It's a mix between the Beatles. Well, actually, you know what? It's straight up Beatles. I'm going to stick with Beatles straight up.
Solid choice.
They were the best in their era, and I'm not saying I listen to Beatles all the time because I don't. Every now and then I do, but
They're revolutionary.
they at that time they were the best. Just like at that time when Elvis was out. All right, when he first came out, he was contradicted. Everybody what's the word?
Controversy.
He was, he was controversial. All right. Then the Beatles came out. Then they were controversial. All right. And that started the whole rock and roll genre.
Well, I mean, the Beatles promoted sex by "I Want to Hold Your Hand."
Yeah.
That was very controversial back then. Well, I mean, I gotta go with my boy Elvis. I mean,
Yeah.
I do got an Elvis tattoo. I love him. I watch his shitty movies. I love them. I love his Christmas album. Every year for Christmas, I listen to Elvis.
That is good.
I'm not a really religious guy, but to be honest, if an Elvis religious song comes on, I can't turn it. I own a couple of his albums. I will listen to him. Such a beautiful voice. It's sad, that he had to live in a retirement home and fight a soul-sucking mummy with JFK, but it is what it is. But yeah, Elvis, one of the greatest. And the Beatles. I do love the Beatles. I listen to them a lot. Favorite R&B artist? I mean, I don't even have to think about this.
New Kids on the Block, guys. Come on. New Kids on the Block.
You're going to call them R&B. I mean, kind of,
Well, they're a mix of R&B and pop.
They were kind of the first. Well, they weren't the first boy band because you had Minota and what was the one that old Bobby Brown was in? New Edition. So I mean, yeah, but
there was other boy bands before that.
Yeah, but New Kids really were the ones that blew up. I mean, you had Vanilla Ice on this side with his dolls and all this shit, and then you had New Kids on the Block with their stickers and I think I have some of the trading cards somewhere that someone gave me one time. I did not collect them, but I do have a soft spot for them. But R&B, man, Prince, he's a god. He's a Mac Daddy.
Why didn't I think about that?
Like
Prince was good.
Prince is the Trent Reznor of R&B, and he was a Trent Reznor before Trent Reznor. If anyone didn't know, Prince and the Revolution was just a touring band. Prince wrote all the music, all the lyrics, played every instrument. The guy was a god. And then he wrote songs that, like, Nothing Compares to You, Manic Monday for the Bangles, Every Day is a Winding Road for Sheryl Crow. Like, his genius is just phenomenal. And Purple Rain is probably one of the greatest 80 movies of all time. So yeah, I have to go with Prince. No doubt. R&B, Prince. All right, next one. This one you might not have an answer for because I know you don't listen to too much, but death metal. I didn't want to go into subgenres of death metal. I just figured death metal straight up. Not sure how much you listen to death metal, if at all.
Would Slipknot be death metal?
We can consider them that. They're more screamo, new metal, but yeah, new metal. This will be death metal / new metal because he don't listen to too much death metal, so new metal would be more his genre.
Like Slipknot.
Korn, Slipknot, Limp Bizkit, that's all new metal.
Yeah, okay, I see.
And new is spelled NU - metal because they had to be different. It was the 2000s, 90s.
So you're saying death metal?
Death metal, like Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, I Hate God, Cradle of Filth. If you want to go into the black metal stuff like Mayhem, Satricorn, Amon Amarth, maybe they're more heavy metal, like the heaviest metal you could be before death metal. But the growly stuff, Dry Lunging.
I don't know.
I mean, in your instance, we'll let you pick a new metal band because
No,
I mean, you said Slipknot, and to be honest, some songs by Slipknot could be considered borderline death metal, but they're They're not like not so much waiting to bleed, but servicing would be borderline, maybe death metal. Somebody.
Mushroom Head.
Yeah, I would give you that. Mushroom Head is new metal, death metal. Yeah.
I like two or three of those.
Most metalheads, Mushroom Head is a big band. Solitary Unraveling is definitely a sweet song. I actually have a buddy who just got a Mushroom Head tattoo on his neck, so they're still relevant. My favorite's gonna be Cradle of Filth.
They were. I do like Cradle of Filth.
Their vocals, like the range Danny Filth has, is amazing. The high pitched squeals to the deep growling vocals, the orchestra in the background, the melodies, like there's something that you don't expect. You'll hear like a organ playing a beautiful rendition of something, almost Beethovenish, and then they'll just go into, you drop into the pits of hell and demons are screaming at you. It's just so great. And their CDs all tell a story. Each CD is a different story. Cruelty and the Beast is definitely my favorite. Not the remastered version, but the original version I like better. But yeah, I love Cradle of Filth. I did forget one on here. I got one more, but I forgot one. What's your favorite punk band?
Punk band?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't put punk. I don't know why I didn't, but I missed that. But yeah, punk band.
Well, it's a little bit. It's weighing. You got Green Jelly. You got.
Speaking of which, I got Green Jelly's new album.
Is it good?
Oh yeah, they've got like 4 albums and they release singles sometimes. Yeah, they're pretty good. It's not as good as Serial Killer, obviously, but it's good.
Green Day.
You got
Alien Ant Farm.
Alien Ant Farm, Blink-182 was big when we were in school.
Yeah.
They were punk. They went soft. In later years. You got No Effects. They sing My Vagina. Hilarious song.
Gwar?
Yeah. I mean, Gwar with
Gwar.
Odorous. Gwar would be considered punk metal. I would say now with the new lead singer, they're more metal, but yeah, they definitely have a punk theme. Sadama Go-Go is straight out ska, So your answer would be what?
Green Jelly, hands down.
Solid. I mean, I got a
Serial Killer album.
Yeah, I got a jean jacket full of metal bands and stuff, and there's a Green Jelly patch on there. I love that band. I want to say Gwar, but I can't. And the only reason is because I have a Green Day tattoo. Kerplunk is my favorite punk album. And I had to get the chick off the cover. It's right there. I had to get her tattooed. I love that album. And I remember they were like the first punk band I really listened to. Dookie came out. My cousin had it. And then my love of Dookie, I went and bought Nimrod. And then I went back and bought Insomniac and Kerplunk. And I mean, they were great. Not so much a fan of their newer stuff, but up to Warning, that was all good punk music. I think, they lost their way a little bit, but they're still a good punk band.
What about your favorite pop?
That was my next one. I was saving pop for last. Alright, so I have 3 answers for pop. I have an honorable mention, and then I have my favorite singer and my favorite group. Honorable mention would be Milli Vanilli. Can we just release their albums again and put the original singers on the covers? Like, come on. They were great vocals, great songs. I jam out to them all the time. My favorite singer would have to be Christina Aguilera. I'm obsessed with her. I love her. I love her in Burlesque. Her albums, all of them. Biomechanic, I think, is my favorite one. But my favorite pop group would have to be New Kids on the Block. When we grew up, that's who was famous. And as I got older, I do like some of their songs. Plus, their last album had Lady Gaga on it, so it was kind of cool. So what's your favorite pop? You already used New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, I did already use, so I can't use that. I'm going to say, alright, and this is only because, when I was younger, I really had the hots for her, and that was Britney Spears. When I was younger, I had really big hots for her. Up until she went crazy, I guess. She shaved her head and stuff like that, and she had a lot of issues. I
thought she was hotter with a shaved head.
But nah,
Nah, she's still crazy. I don't know what she's doing on Instagram, but it's like a mental breakdown. She keeps posting naked pictures and saying she's gonna do an adult video, and
It's just unfortunate that
that whole scenario, what they did to her was bad.
it's unfortunate, and if you ever get put in that kind of place where you feel like you feel the only way to express yourself is to show naked pictures of yourself, or to basically, all right, seek attention. All right, this is a really attentive world that everybody's always seeking attention, which I can understand because of social media. And then, you really don't need to show off your body. You really, if you're trying to make money that way and you think it's the only way to make money, well, then there's other ways. But
there's definitely other ways. It's definitely an easy way though.
Yeah, it's
like
easy.
OnlyFans is. That's a crazy place now.
But I'm not saying that it's wrong to do that. But what I'm saying is, if you don't like doing that, but you still do that, maybe you need to find a different way to express yourself, because you yourself truly have, you're truly valuable, and you just got to find your skills and expose them.
Well, they are exposing them on OnlyFans.
Well, I mean, your true skills.
Yeah.
Because you could do so much more,
That's all the genres I can think of without going too deep, like British Invasion or something like that. Yeah, that's really all I had written down.
What's next on our list?
Well, I do have a one. This would be more pertaining to me, but I mean, you also have it. What was your favorite toy line growing up compared to your favorite toy line now? And I know you don't collect toys or play with toys now, but I know you got kids, so you do go down the toy aisle. You see some of the cool stuff that's out there now, and there definitely is some cool stuff. So what was your favorite toy line growing up?
It's gonna have to be wrestling. Wrestlers. That, when I was younger, I was big in wrestling. I was always looking at wrestling. Just wanted to be a wrestler when I was younger. And when I got older, I'm like, fuck that. But
I still want to be a wrestler. I have fights with my wife all the time about it. I have bad knees and bad back, but I want to do it. The funny thing is, right beside us here are 2 cases full of my old wrestling figures and some new ones. I kept everything as a kid. I'm glad I did, because a lot of it's worth money now, and it's really cool to look over and see your childhood in a case. For me growing up, my favorite toy line, actually, it's kind of in the same sense, but it's not. I had a lot of G.I. Joes. And the limitations that the wrestling figures had wouldn't let you do certain maneuvers. G.I. Joes didn't. You could really do anything you wanted with G.I. Joes. So that was my favorite toy line growing up. Alright, so what's your favorite toy line now? We got kids, so I know you're in the toy section quite a bit.
Nerf guns, hello.
And it was fun.
I love running around shooting my kids with Nerf guns. I just don't like it when they shoot back at me.
Yeah, I actually go over to my cousin's house, and his kids always want to play Nerf. And then there's like 5 of us running around with Nerf guns shooting each other.
That's fun. And if you haven't shot your kid accidentally in the eye, you haven't lived. Accidentally, not on purpose, accidentally.
Funny story, my cousin will kill me. For Christmas one year, someone got him a little Nerf gun. I think it was a gag gift. Now he is older than me, so he was like late 30s, early 40s. And he loads it, and he's looking at it, and shoots himself in the eye. So we all start laughing. He's like, oh my eye, and yeah, it was quite funny. We still make fun of him. I bought him safety glasses like the next Christmas, so he wouldn't do it again.
It's entertaining.
So my favorite toy line now, if I had to pick what I like the most in my collection, I would say my Silverhawks. I have a complete set of them, except for the ultrasonic or whatever they are. They're absurdly expensive. I'm not buying those, but those are all from my childhood. I bought my last one for like $8, and that was the only one I didn't own as a kid, so it's kind of cool having those. If I had to say new series, I would say the Masters of the WWE Universe. I've always grown up loving wrestling, and I loved He-Man, and the figures are awesome. They're mashed together, So I have the complete set of those plus both rings, and they're on display in my one case. And now they're doing the WWE Superstars, which are pretty cool. I have 4 of those. They're just regular wrestling guys, but they're pretty cool.
Well, that concludes our show.
Yep.
All right. This is Von Gein. I'm the vet.
Guys,
All right. We're out.
see you guys later.